Terminal 81. This is a very dark game, not just visually, but also thematically. In fact, it covers topics that are definitely not aimed at a younger audience, hence the high age limit. And now it's available for Nintendo Switch. In this video we check out how Terminal 81 feels on a Nintendo Switch and if it's worth buying. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up. Let's go! You play as a woman named Lorena. She has got a job in a town that has lived through severe crisis. The people here live on the streets, many have taken to the bottle or lost their jobs. And the crime, poverty and prostitutions are tangible and widespread. But in the middle of it all, women are kidnapped and disappear without a trace. Something that becomes clear to our protagonist as she constantly meets people who leave clues about the women's fates and who might be behind it. Everything is one big mystery, and the question is whether Lorena, with her investigative skills, can manage to find out who is behind all the disappearances. What I appreciate about this story is how there is always an underlying tension. You rarely find out too much, but everything is given in small doses. A clue here, a clue there. And sometimes you get the impression that people are lying. The person who approaches you may actually be someone with evil intentions, so you can never be sure of anything. And this is actually what I think is the charm of the game, that those you talk to are constantly testing your judgment and how you relate to what they have to say. Because the thing is that in many conversations you get different answer options, which affect your relationship with the person in question. So in this way the game can go in different directions, depending on your choices. In terms of gameplay, it is a bit like a simulator. As I said, you have a job in a supermarket and every day you have to take care of the customers, wrap the goods and take payment. When the store closes, you must clean and replenish sold out products. I thought the job felt unexpected. Therefore, I had expected something completely different when you run around in the dark alleys. But suddenly you're standing there behind a cash register doing shop work. And it's a decently fun aspect of the game, but it can get relatively monotonous after a while. The customers take their time, and sometimes you just stand there and wait until they have finished shopping. But everything is mixed up with what happens when the store closes for the day. This is when you head out into the street and interact with people and follow up on various clues you have been given. So the game as a whole is still quite varied. Visually, it looks very dated, at least on the Nintendo Switch. It might look better on other consoles, I don't know. But it flows very well and the frame rate is acceptable. I haven't experienced any crashes either, which is a positive. It's a rather short game, but considering there are multiple endings depending on the choices you make, there is some replay value. The control feels generally okay, but unfortunately it is not possible to customize the control, which is always desirable when playing this type of game. You run by pressing the B button, which feels awkward in my opinion. I would have preferred to use the ZR or ZL button for that, but now, as I said, I can't choose, so I'll have to get used to what I'm given. However, it is possible to set the sound levels and determine the sensitivity of the control, as well as how much light you want. It's always something, but to be honest, I would have liked to see more choices to be made, especially when it comes to be able to adjust the controls. So who is this game for? Firstly, it is aimed at an adult audience, given the events of the game as well as the topics covered. Things like prostitution, kidnappings and violence are part of the content. But it's a short and relatively compact game that, despite its somewhat dated feel, can still suit those who want a game that contains surprising events and appreciates exploring and solving mysteries. The replay value is there, and given that it costs $10, I'd say it might be worth the money. But whatever you do, keep the kids away from this one. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up. Have a nice day. See ya!